What's up everybody, Jason O'Brien here, and in today's video I am going to show you how to use PropStream from A to Z. If you are a real estate agent like myself or are a wholesaler, PropStream is an amazing tool to help you identify people who might be interested in selling their home. So let's get right into it. All right, as you can see, I am at PropStream.com on the computer. I am logged in here. I'm going to give you an overview of how to use this awesome tool to help identify individuals who might be looking to move on from a property that they own. So first, I'm just going to type in a location in the United States. I'm going to type in Sarasota, which, fun fact, is in the top 10 of top cities in the U.S. to relocate to based on U.S. News. As you can see, I have 140,000 properties that are in Sarasota that PropStream was able to provide information on. Up across the top here, we've got some little quick searches, if you will, that show us different things. So there's 2,500 properties on the MLS. There's 400 that are in pre-foreclosure, 8 that are in an auction status, 120 that are bank owned. In the Sarasota area, there are 31,000 buyers who have bought property in cash. There are 2,640 properties that have liens on them. There are 6,202 houses that are vacant and over 100,000 that are in a high equity situation. High equity situation is considered a house that has 100,000 in equity or 50% equity in the home. So one of those two things from the way I understand it. If either of those is true, it is considered a high equity home. So again, these are just quick filters that will show you those properties that meet those criteria. However, you have the ability to filter further by hitting this filter button. So this gives us the option to look for many different things. I believe there's over 120 different options or filtering categories or options that you can filter down to get a much smaller list of manageable properties that meet a specific criteria that you're looking for. So here we have some other quick lists. Some of these you'll see on there, like again, on market, vacant, liens, pre-foreclosures, auction, bank owned, cash buyers, high equity. There are several others as well. So free and clear, meaning no mortgage on the property, bankruptcy, divorce, tax delinquencies, flippers. Flippers are for properties that have been purchased and sold within the last 2 years. So somebody who bought it, fixed it up within the last 2 years. We have failed listings, listings that hit the market but did not sell. Senior owners, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Vacant land, tired landlords, or zombie properties. From what I understand on zombie properties, it is a home that is in the pre-foreclosure status that is also vacant. And then you have pre-probate, which means deceased owners. I'm just going to go back to high equity here. I find as a real estate agent, working with clients that have high equity is usually much easier because they have more room to put money into repairs or anything like that. We could filter down for owner occupied. If you were looking for something that's owner occupied, you do yes, no, or either. Same for occupancy status. Property characteristics, there's a bunch in here. I've used this when I have a client who is looking for, let's say, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home and is having a hard time finding something on the market that matches those criteria. So I will be proactive in my efforts to find a home for my client by also finding a listing. So I narrow down what they're looking for, and then I will call those homeowners. We can do property classifications. So in this case, I can do residential, single family homes. And as you can see, it filtered it down to 65,000 from, I believe it was 121,000. So let me go back to this and I will filter down even further. You have MLS status of Yes, meaning it's listed on the market. No, of course, means it is not, or either by any. So I'm just going to hit no because I do not, as a real estate agent, I do not want to be calling homeowners that have a house that is currently listed on the market. So I'll hit no there. You can filter in different things here for like days on market if you were looking for something that was listed by an agent that had been on the market for 90 days, etc. But if I hit pre-foreclosure, there's some pretty cool stuff in here. So I can look for notice of default, houses that are being sent to auction, bank owned, or you can exclude foreclosures. So you could exclude foreclosures if you know that other agents might be calling on them and you just don't want to deal with calling somebody that's been bombarded with phone calls. You could exclude foreclosures. Ownership info, we could do ownership type, individual, corporate, mixed, or trust. I'll just keep it on individual here. As you can see, we are narrowing it down. It's down to 48,000. That is still a lot. In this particular search, I'm just going to do somebody who's owned the house for 10 years. Occupied, no. And I want the house to be vacant. So owner occupied, no, meaning they own the house, but they do not live in it and it's vacant. What this likely means is it was a rental property and it's been sitting vacant and they've owned the property for 10 or more years, which means they might just be sick of having rental properties at this point, especially one that is sitting there vacant. And they've also had opportunity for the property to appreciate and they could sell the house and make some money. And another cool thing too is you can, for lien amount, you could do, just type something in like $10,000 here. So one of these houses has a lien that is over $10,000. They have a lot of equity in the house. So by them selling it, they could pay off the lien and they could still walk away with a bunch of cash even after listing fees, etc. It's a really cool way to identify a seller that has a specific problem that you might be able to help them with. In this particular case, this seller has a problem. They have a lien of $10,000 or more, but they have a house that has a bunch of equity with no mortgage, so they could sell the house. So let's say I wanted to find the contact information for this person. I could select this checkbox here, add to list, create new. I'll call this Sarasota Tired Landlord with lien. So I'll just hit save here. Okay, as you can see, it's been saved. You can also save the search, which is awesome, and then that will show up here. I'll just do that as well. Sarasota Tired Landlord, 10 plus years with lien. So you could put this in the details as well. I like to get descriptive on my titles. And then you can also have here email when new properties become available immediately, daily, or weekly. I'll just do weekly for now. All right, so if I wanted to find the contact information for this individual so I could call them to see if they would be interested or have had any thoughts of selling the property, if you come over here to the left, you can come down to skip tracing and then hit select contacts. And you just need to find your list. And this was Sarasota Tired Landlord with lien. And then if I hit add selected contacts, select the contact, then hit done, and then hit next. It'll tell you that it costs 12 cents if contact information is retrieved for that specific person. I'm going to hit cancel because I'm not from Sarasota, so I have no need or interest in calling somebody from Sarasota. This was just demonstration purposes, so I'll hit cancel on that. Now I want to show you some more information on the individual property. So if you have a property that you are interested in calling the seller or just want to know more information about the property, you can hit, of course, the link here for the address. And this is going to give you a ton of information on the property. It's going to give you the bedroom count, bathroom count, square footage, lot size, the year it was built, as well as the current status. In this case, it's off market. It's going to give you the estimated value. Involuntary liens under mortgage and debt. We have 0 open mortgages, 0 balance on the loan, and 1 involuntary lien. The lien is $12,643. And then it shows you some comps that sold for $489. It was 70 days on market as an average. And then down here, it gives more information on the property, legal description, tax assessment information, HOA, and then of course the owner information. And this is taken from public record. So in states or counties that allow it, this information was provided, and it was stating that the last sale occurred in 2005, that the title was transferred via a warranty deed, and then here is the buyer's mailing address, and then here was the seller that sold the property to them. And as you can see, they purchased in cash too, which is cool to see. Shows you how they purchased the property and if they might have a loan on it as well. And if they did have an open mortgage, it would show the estimated balance here. As you can see, there are a bunch of other tabs here. For cash sale, it gives you more information on the cash sale. The lien detail, it looks like it is an unpaid sewer bill that, the document type calls county city tax lien for an unpaid sewer bill in the amount of $12,643. You can also find comparable and nearby listings. So here on the right side, it will show you the information on properties that are similar. You can also drill down even a bit more if you want to find exactly, or houses that have exactly 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. You can do that. And right now it's looking back for 1 year. In a half-mile radius, there was one house that sold that matches those criteria, 3-bedroom, 1. And if you wanted to drill down on that, you could click that and hit save comp, and you could view it as well. And then if you hit the details, it'll actually pull it up in a secondary tab, and you can see the pictures as well. So this is a comp that was within a half-mile. That's 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So I'm going to go back to my other tab here. And what's cool too, for dataset, you've got public record, MLS, or both. I do want to mention this because oftentimes the public record, which comes from the township, is delayed in getting those MLS sales entered. And in this case, there was one MLS sale that shows here that is not showing on the public record. As you can see, we have just one if we look at the public record. And if you look at both, we have 2. And the status says MLS sold, which means it was listed by a real estate agent and sold. You've got 5 flip comps, which means 5 houses that were bought with the intent on being flipped, and they were bought and sold within a 2-year time span. 100 neighboring properties. You've got 150 houses that were bought in cash. You have 14 homes that are in pre-foreclosure, 4 that are bank owned. And again, this is in a 1-mile radius. You have 100 houses with liens in a 1-mile radius. 150 with high equity, 150 vacant houses, 150 free and clear, 4 filed bankruptcy, and 4 houses had owners that have since gotten divorced. So as you can see, there is a ton of information for each individual property. So the cool thing is if you call somebody and they leave a voicemail and they end up calling you, you can just come to PropStream and you can just type that address in here, or you can go to your marketing list. So I can go to campaigns. Another awesome thing you can do is once you get a refined list, you can market to homeowners that are within that specific list. So as an example, if you come here on the left side, you can hit campaigns, and then you can hit new campaign. And I'm just going to type in Sarasota, tired landlord. And then if I come down to Sarasota, tired landlord with lien, and then hit save, I can set up a website, and then you could send a postcard with a link on here, or if you customize your own, you could actually embed this link in a QR code, and then once the postcard is received and the homeowner scans the QR code, it would pop up this website, and I'll just show you that real quick. So that's kind of what this looks like here on the left side. A picture would be generated. If I hit edit, start with a predefined template and then hit done, you'll see it shows like this. So this is just one template example. If you were a wholesaler and were looking for houses, or an investor and you were looking for houses to purchase for cash, you could send this seller a postcard with a QR code or that link and ask them to visit the link. And then if they were to go to that link, this is what they would see, and they could fill out their contact information. And then you would know that they are interested. I'm going to hit back. You can also do postcard. So start with a predefined postcard in this case, or you could start with a blank. I'm just going to hit this so you can see. So realtor, distressed listing. All right, let's see if there's any with liens, or just even a basic listing here. So it says, thinking of selling, and then it's got your contact information and their address. And then if you hit print and mail, it would go ahead and it would, print it out and it would send it to this homeowner. You could start your campaign with them that way. So it's pretty awesome that this integration is embedded right into PropStream, giving you the ability to do a marketing campaign. You can also do email marketing as well. So I'm going to start with a predefined template again. And this one just says, I want to buy your house. But of course, you can start with a blank email. And it leaves a spot for a click-through URL. Email recipients will be directed here when they click the link in the email. So if you had that website set up, from the previous, a couple minutes ago when I showed you that, you could drop that URL here, and then you could hit done. So let's start with a blank template. Let's just call it thinking of selling for the email subject. Obviously, if I had more time to do this, I would come up with an engaging email subject line that would prompt a viewer to open it. But for now, I'm just going to put that in. It does say a URL is required. I'm just going to I didn't copy that, so I'm just going to do google.com for now. As you can see, if I start typing, so this would be the header, thinking of selling. And then here, hi, you can insert fields. So it would be owner's first name. Hope you're doing well. Are you thinking of selling? Something like that. Obviously, again, if I had more time to think of this, I would put, I would draft or craft a more thorough, thought out email. But as you can see, you have the ability to do this right here, which is super, super cool. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those obviously in the comment section below, and I will answer them the best I can. And if you want to see any other video content related to PropStream, please let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll gladly make a video on it. Until next time, thanks so much.